Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for dropping by the According to Mish channel. You're here because you enjoy reading and discussing some of the messy and not very messy issues of life while looking at them through the lens of someone else's eyes or experience. And I think that there's no better way to do that than through reading books. And I mean, of course, you could also just force people to tell you what they think and how they experience their life, but I don't recommend that. So let's just stick to the books. I'm happy to have you guys here, and I'm happy to know that there are people who enjoy books as much as I do. So today I'll be discussing Dinaw Mengestu's The Beautiful Things That Heaven Bears. Just so you guys know, you can still comment on the video of the 10 last books that I read if there's one or a few that you'd like me to discuss a little bit further. So, like I said, I said in the last video that I did not like the ending of the book. Well, I still don't. And I don't like this, but I'm going to have a spoiler alert. The reason is I totally I guess, a bit of a romantic, and I believe in happy endings and heroes, and I felt like there was not enough of that in that book. But I still enjoyed the book quite a lot. In regards to this book, I am going to focus on the difficult choice that every immigrant has to make at some point in their life after they've immigrated to a different place. And this does not just apply to people who move from country to country. I see it with people who move from one city to another one as well, so it still applies to those people too, but mostly it's usually like, I feel like this is a decision that a lot of immigrants who are going from one country to another have to make, especially like people who leave their countries because they think that the reason that they're leaving is temporary. So something like a war, or for some reason your country is not stable and you leave for that reason. I guess those are the people that I'm focusing on most. I guess I'm an immigrant too, and I have lots of friends who are immigrants as well, and I see this issue and them having to face it on a regular basis. I guess I can speak from experience in regards to that. I'd love to know what you guys think about it, if you have had to make that choice, whether you've made it yet, or if you were aware of it at all, or not yet, and this video is just going to be the thing that actually brings that question alive in your life. The issue that I was referring to is, as we know, immigrating generally means leaving your home country, everything that you know, everything that you're used to, and you go to a different place where either the culture is different, people are different, in some cases almost everyone even looks different from you, so it can be quite hard. And as if that's not hard enough, when people immigrate somewhere else, sometimes you end up feeling left out because you feel like you're not part of the culture, at least the popular culture. What tends to happen is that just because of feeling so left out and out of things, a person sometimes ends up living their life as a spectator as opposed to the acting agent. And in The Beautiful Things That Heaven Bears, I thought that I saw some of those things because Stefano has moved from Ethiopia and he's living in America. And I guess he has two other friends, Kenneth, who's from Kenya, and Joseph, who's from Congo. And I guess they both are immigrants as well. And it seems like that's the main thing that they bond on. So it's quite interesting to see how it was interesting to see how the three of them dealt with the whole idea of immigrating, either accepting or not accepting that they will either go home or never go back home again. But that's the other part too, like the whole calling something home. It's a central issue in the book, because I think for myself, my experience of the book was that when you leave, most people tend to refer to the country that they left as their home, as opposed to the new country that they're residing in. Especially when a person thinks that they will still go back to the country that they came from, it's easy to just be lazy about things and say, oh well, when I go back to my home country, that's when I will start living life seriously. As for now, it's just, I am in transit, not gotten to the point where I have to actually get serious about everything. And I guess I thought that the book kind of did deal with that issue and how having that kind of attitude can affect a person. So I guess the tough decision that I think almost every immigrant or every person who moves to a different place has to make is deciding where is home, and a person has to do that as soon as possible, because when people don't do that, then they feel like they can slack off in regards to building a life and feeling like you have a home aside from where you're living. A person can just not really have to deal with a lot of the issues. You don't have to concern yourself so much with their society. You don't necessarily have to know how everything works, because if you have any complaints, you just say, oh, I don't understand these people, I don't understand what's going on here. Back home, everything made sense. But then it's like, you know what? This is home now. You have to make that decision, and I guess people who move do have to make that decision if they are going to be happy. I enjoyed the book because I thought it gave an interesting perception on that idea. I absolutely recommend it to everyone who has moved away or who has a bit of conflict in regards to home being where they reside or home being the country that they left. And I guess, are you the type of person who goes to invest in a different country from where you're living? And by that I mean the country that you're originally from, and not think of it as foreign investing, but instead think of it as, that's me investing in my home. If that's you, yeah, you should be interested in reading that book, because it may help you like see some things that are important and I guess wise lessons to learn. Going back to the book, I actually realized that I missed a lot of awesome gems in it, which I was really glad that I did. And even more, I was glad that I read The Karamazov Brothers by Dostoevsky before reading the book again, because I realized that Dinaw Mengestu had lots of, like wisdom that just came from Dostoevsky's Karamazov Brothers, which he did not say very clearly, but if you read the other book, you actually see them and you're like, I understand what he was trying to do with his characters, so the book becomes even more interesting. So yeah, I highly recommend the book. I think it's wisely written. It has a lot of insight, and this does not just apply to I guess immigrants. It can apply to anyone who feels as if they do not really belong in the space that they're living in. So yeah, totally read the book. Dinaw Mengestu has a few other books. I'm probably going to read all of them too, because I really liked his writing. They're easy reads, but don't be fooled. Look for the insight and wisdom that's in the book. It's actually quite awesome. I mean, it's sad, I don't like the ending, but sometimes, you know what, that is life. And yeah, so I guess that's why a person has to plan quite carefully on what they want and just be very active in regards to the choices that you make. I think that's a great lesson that the book teaches. So yeah, go get the book or borrow it from someone. If you're really close to me, you can borrow it from me. And yeah, I am so excited to see what you guys think about the book. I want to know, comment, send me message. Let me know what you like, and if you love the channel, please subscribe to get more of these videos, and I am looking forward to seeing you guys next time. Until then, bye bye.